Thanks for tuning in to EDC Journeys. This is my comparison of the Spyderco Para 3 and the Spyderco Para 3 Lightweight. Hope you enjoy the video and have a great day. What's going on, EDC people, and what's our journey today? I have an interesting video. I'm not sure how it's going to go. I'm kind of spitballing this one. I mean, I typically do anyways. But, you know, usually I have specs and stuff written down and some frame of notes to go by. But on this one, I don't. And here's what we're going to do. My friend Lee at Love Them Knives, LTK, I'm sure you know him. If you don't, you got to look up his channel. I would be surprised if you didn't know him. He sent me a Para 3 Lightweight to check out. Now, as most of you know who watch my channel, I have a Para 3 in G10 form that I love. I use it almost every day. It's one of my go-to EDCs. But I never had dealt with a lightweight version before. Now, his happens to be the one in SPY or SPY 27, but it's still the lightweight version. So I was happy to have an example of that, because again, I've never experienced the Para 3 Lightweight or any of the lightweights for that matter from Spyderco. So to do a little compare and contrast video, I thought would be interesting. Now I'm going to tell you right up front. I searched YouTube if there was any other comparison videos from of this, and I saw Metal Complex does have a video, and I've watched it, and you know, right off the bat he mentioned this, and I'm going to mention it also. I have a deep bias towards G10. I just in general, you know, if I feel it, compare it, whatever, G10 to me feels better than FRN any day of the week. So this is going to be very hard, and I'm going to try to do this as objectively as possible. So, okay, for the sake of the video, let's say that both of these are the standard models. You know, forget the SPY 27. This is the standard Para 3 Lightweight, and this is the standard Para 3 G10, which it is, except for it's blacked out. And I do have the stock spoon clip on there. I have not yet upgraded, which is pathetic. As you know, the lightweight has the clip, or the wire clip, and has adjusted where the lanyard hole is. But we'll get there. Okay, anyways, the point is we're going to say that these are the same models. We're not going to discuss the difference between SPY 27 and S30V. That's not important right now, although I've heard that pretty much they're the same, closely or very alike, if not leaning towards S30V. But anyways, okay, so right off the bat, you know, the measurements are going to be the same. We know that the length, let me rearrange myself here. We know that the length of the Spyderco Para 3 is 7 1/4 inches. It has about a 3-inch blade, and about 2.5 inches of it is cutting. Now, we're going to, again, for the sake of the video, assume that both of them are exactly the same, which they should be. What we don't know right off is the weight. Let's assume we don't know that, well, we know that the lightweight should be lighter, but we don't know how much. Okay, so in ounces, the lightweight is 2.4. For the sake of it, that's 68 grams. The G10 version is 3.4. So we're looking at 1 ounce exactly, pretty much, difference. This is 1 ounce heavier than the lightweight model, the lightweight variant. okay? So if you are a person who is in the market for you're looking for a lightweight knife, such as like a bug out, you're already looking at the lightweight a little more in better view. Now we also take a comparison of the handles. We can see that the FRN, okay, the reason why I don't like FRN very much is it just feels cheap, just for the same reason that most people don't like the feeling of FRN. It has nothing to do with is it strong. For the sake of the argument, I'll agree and say it's the same strength as the G10. I don't think it necessarily is, but well, that's another whatever. For the sake of for argument's sake, we'll say the lightweight version and the G10 version are identical in strength with their handles. But we notice that the G10, or I'm sorry, the lightweight version has the molding for the FRN has rounded handles, so it might be a little bit more comfortable, or just that much more comfortable for people to hold in hand. Now, as I'm holding it, let me get a good feel for it. Okay. And I am creeping up to the front choil because, typically that's where people hold the Para 3. Okay. Okay, you can definitely notice, in my opinion, that this is more the round, you can notice that rounding. It feels more ergonomic in hand. It feels more round in your palm. Personally, I still like the G10 more, even though, it feels boxier than this one. But again, I'm heavily biased towards this, so this is a very difficult argument to make in a very difficult compare and contrast, because the G10 for me personally, if I'm going to purchase something with my money, I'm almost always going to go G10 over FRN. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about comparing these in an unbiased way, if possible, or as much as I can. All right, so let's get the obvious out of the way. The G10 version has a lanyard tube, and it has the stock spoon clip, which most people hate. It leaves a heck of a lot hanging out of your pocket. And the lanyard tube, when it comes to disassembly, it's like peened. So while you can just kind of twist the scale out of the way when you disassemble it to do cleaning, if you're taking the scales off to put new scales on or whatever, or have to take it apart completely for whatever reason, it's a pain in the butt because it's peened. And so for a lot of people, when you disassemble, the lanyard tube gets mangled. On the lightweight model, they fixed, some of their mistakes. They rearranged where they put the lanyard hole to a much better location. They put the wire clip on, which is much more preferable to the spoon clip, and it's pretty much, well, no, it definitely is deep carry. And I can tell you just from personal experience, not having had this, but having carried this for a long time, that the wire clip is an amazing clip. It's very easy in and out of pocket. It's unassuming looking in your pocket for other people, and it just works. It might not be the best looking thing, neither is this, but that's that. So if you go with the G10 version, most people kind of assume that you're going to end up having to buy the MXG or Lynch or whatever aftermarket clip. In fact, I want to. I just haven't done it yet. I haven't been able to do it yet. It's something I am going to do. That said, out of the box, this clip is better. The in-pocket experience is going to be better on the lightweight version. Now, a lot of people had straightness issues with the lightweight version. This one is not dissimilar, meaning that it does have it leans a little bit towards the clip side scale. However, a lot of people say that they have lock stick, or that it wasn't as free falling as their G10 model. That was bad under the camera, but I can tell you that this particular one free falls no problem whatsoever. So it's very fidget friendly. It's very user friendly, but fidget friendly as well. Which, let's face it, is a lot of the reason why we like the compression lock. In addition to the fact that it's really good and it's strong and it's, well used. But my G10 version actually, well, it's working pretty well right now, but is not quite as smooth as the lightweight model, believe it or not. Now, I don't really notice a difference in the holes as far as if they chamfered the inside of the holes. And I'm trying to assume that my blacked out version might be a little bit different, but not really. So those feel kind of the same. Looking at them up close. Oh, and before I leave the pocket clip thing, yes, the design that they made where they have the little, spider thing in the middle and it goes out with the FRN pattern, the landing zone of that clip is intelligently placed, meaning that it's going to eat your pants less. Whereas no matter where the clip lands on this, it's going to hit that rough G10 and it's going to eat your pockets more. Okay, so the clip we kind of lean towards the lightweight model. Ergonomics, is that a word? Ergonomics kind of lean towards the got my stickers, like them? Lightweight model. See the particular example I have in front of me has no issues dropping, free falling, so I can't speak to any problems with that. It works perfectly right out of the box from LTK. Now, did he do anything to improve it? I don't know, and I'm going to assume, for the sake of argument, not. We're assuming that these are both fresh out of the box. Okay, so that said, I do have issues with the blacked out version. Where look where the screw, anytime you adjust the screw and you miss a little bit, you scratch it up and it kind of looks bad compared to a brand new black screw, which this is. You can easily see the difference in wear. Same thing with the clip. The more you use it, obviously the more it's going to wear. Some people like it, some people don't. But I'm surprised at how fast the wear occurs on the black clip. But I want to replace the clip anyways. Okay, so what else do we have to say about these two models? And I just whacked the tripod, but we have to take cost into consideration, right? When I did a quick Google search, the G10, the basic G10 right now model is around $150. And the lightweight is around $105. So you've got about a $40, $45, let's just say $40 difference for the sake of argument, in the lightweight being cheaper. So that's $40. To me, that's a lot of money, especially considering, if you really are going to use this every day, you're probably going to want to upgrade this clip, which I think is $20, $25. So you're looking at maybe a $60 difference right off the bat between these two. And that's where the difference lies for me. If you are coming into this, and I believe that the stock version of the lightweight model comes with BD1N blade steel. BD1N blade steel is different than BD1, just so you know. The N stands for nitrogen and helps incredibly with the toughness, I believe, from what I understand. So, but on the other hand, I believe it's very similar to S30V, so, let's assume the steels are the same for the sake of argument. The $40 to $60 difference for the G10, that's really a hard number to swallow. For me, personally, I like the G10 even at that higher price. I would save up for the G10 just because it feels better in hand. That extra ounce I'll take because I just like the way it feels. I like the balance of it better, and it feels more, how do I word this? It feels like a substantial knife. It feels like an expensive knife. Well, not well, yeah, it feels like a more expensive knife. Where the lightweight, I just, the FRN for me personally, it just feels cheaper. It just does. And it is cheaper. But that's something to think about. Of course, the G10 model, you can do tip up, tip down. The lightweight, you can't. You can go left or right-handed. In other words, you can put the wire clip over here, but you can't go tip up, tip down. So if you like to carry tip down for whatever reason, you have to do the G10 model. Okay, now, here's something I have not much experience with, and that's Aftermarket Scales. I keep trying to straighten out my sticker if you're wondering why I keep picking it up. I'm assuming that you're going to find it much easier to get Aftermarket Scales for the G10 Para 3 as opposed to the Para 3 Lightweight. I'm assuming that the whole purpose of you buying the Para 3 Lightweight, cost difference aside, is that you want the lightweight factor. So I'm not sure that you would change those scales, right? I mean, that kind of doesn't make sense to me. But maybe you have a reason to. So you have the option to change scales here. And you're going to have a huge market for what you can do with, what scales are out there. So, all that having been said, I can only tell you what I personally would do. Personally, for me, I'm still at the G10 model. But if I were walking into this brand new, okay, as a person, let's say I'm just a construction worker who wants a good, or a farmer or whatever, somebody who wants a good EDC knife. I'm not a collector. I'm not going to be doing mods to it. I'm not going to whatever. I'm just buying this for a one-time thing because I want a good knife. Then I'm leaning towards the lightweight. That $40 to $60 difference is huge. That's a huge percentage of the price. The weight, I have another Spyderco lightweight from LTK that I'll talk to you about in just a second, but or in another video rather. But this lightweight Spyderco doesn't feel as bad as it could be. I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say. The FRN still feels cheaper no matter how, to me, no matter what. But you can disassemble it to clean it. It does have more contouring or molding on the scales, on the FRN scales. If I was walking into this just to buy a knife because I needed a knife, it's the Para 3 lightweight. The fidget factor is still there, at least from everything I can see. There's no problem. In fact, it's slightly better than my example. But for me, as not only a collector, but somebody who is going to possibly change the knife, just my personal preference, I guess, the G10 just feels more substantial in hand. It feels like you're getting more for what you're paying for. It feels less gas station-y. Not that this is a gas station knife at all. I don't want to leave that impression. This is definitely a good knife. It's probably equal to at a better price. But in my brain, as sick as my brain is, I would save up the extra money to get the G10 model just because that's the way I am. But I think the ultimate winner, if you're not a collector, if you're not out there to get, aftermarket scales and this and that, if you're looking to buy a knife and go use it, you have the wire clip in place, ready to go, with a deep carry setting. The lanyard bolted to the side already. You can disassemble it to clean it. It's lightweight. It is strong. It's far cheaper than the G10 model. Maybe you could use that extra money to upgrade the steel and go to something maybe like the SPY27. I don't know. I'm not getting into the seals because I don't know much about them. But you take my meaning. I'm sure you can probably get the S110V version for $60 more. I don't know. So all things considered, I think the winner is this knife, is this lightweight Para 3 for the everyday person looking to buy a knife. Just buy someone walking in just to buy one and use it. For a person who's going to upgrade, modifications, invest in more into it, or just has that bias of the G10 and the weight, you're going to want the G10. But I think for this video's sake, to a new person, to somebody who is just looking for which one is better to buy, because I work on a farm and I want I want a knife. I think the Para 3 lightweight is the winner. I'm surprised I'm saying that, but it's true. However, if you're able to go to a brick and mortar store and feel them and get the difference and hold them and touch them and really understand what I'm talking about when I say the feeling of the FRN feeling cheaper compared to the G10, then that's the way I would go. Not only because it supports your local business, but it gives you a much better idea as to which one you would prefer. Okay, guys? I'm sorry to leave you with such a kind of two-way answer, but it depends on who you are. If you are the person who, again, I'll repeat myself. If you're in it to buy a knife one time and use it, the lightweight Para 3. It's an excellent proven knife. The lock system's awesome. The fidget factor is there. It is lightweight. The wire clip is amazing. It's set up to eat your pants less. The grip is great on the FRN, even though I don't like the feeling of the FRN. It is strong, despite my brain wanting to tell me it isn't. It is one of the Golden Colorado, so it's made in the USA models. From what I can see, the action is awesome. And you're ready to go on day one. You have nothing else to get. So that's my answer. That's my comparison of these two knives. Give me your thoughts down below. I'm interested in what you have to say. If you think I've missed something or I'm totally wrong, let me know. Tell me what you think, or help others down below decide what they should get if I miss something. And again, remember that lanyard tube is nothing to mess with. It's no small fact to overlook. You really have to take chances when you're taking the scales completely off of the Para 3 G10 because of that stupid peening on the lanyard hole. Okay. That's my comparison of the Para 3 G10 and the Para 3 lightweight, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I'm trying to build my channel, so every subscription matters. And I appreciate your time. Have a good day. Thanks for watching EDC Journeys. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Have a great day.